Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. Let me be crystal clear. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of the coffin. You tried lifting the lid? The enormous weight upon the lid is just too heavy to lift the lid. So you think maybe I should bang on the lid. And maybe, just maybe, somebody might hear me or notice the dirt unsettling and start digging their way down towards me. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know even where to turn. In reality, there are people standing by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind when you were abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something that was given to you by the Lord Jesus, called life, away from you? If that's not selfish enough, what about the people that count and love on you most? Are you going to take your life away from them too? People like your mother and your father, your brother and your sister, your husband, your wife, your children, your grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I'm reading about, that waited and waited and waited until it was too late. Be the person that picks up the phone and calls me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise I will help you take your life back. For your life is gone. Thousands of addiction recovery coach and life coaches like myself, people like Larry Geist from the Geist Academy at 516-458-2741 or www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geist will help you from your depression to happier times, addiction to recovery, low self-esteem to raising your self-esteem. Larry Geist is an addiction recovery coach like myself, and both of us always tell people like you, it doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is that you're here today looking for a better tomorrow. Larry Geist from the Geist Academy, 516-458-2741. I want to talk about 12 ways to help improve your child's self-esteem. Self-esteem is a very important ingredient for a successful and happy life. A person can be blessed with intelligence and talent, but if he or she lacks self-esteem, this can be an obstacle in achieving success on a job, relationship, school, or virtually any area of life. The early years of a child's life are a foundation for a positive self-esteem. As a parent, we all know and we see and we want to observe what he or she hears, sees, and thinks, which will be the contributing factor to his or her self-image. But there's still much that we could do. We have a child at the earliest years of their lives, and they were given by God a special gift. A new human was created with a clean slate. During those early years, what goes into a child's mind is very impressionable. Parents are therefore provided with a unique, never to be repeated opportunity to set up self-esteem bank account, in which the child will store many positive things about him or herself. In the years and decades to come, this bank account will balance out negative experiences which are unavoidable. So how do we endow our child's bank account? How can we, you and me, as parents and grandparents, build up our child's self-esteem? The following are some suggestions from the Take Your Life Back Today show. Number one is to show love and affection to your child. All of our dealings with our children, starting from infancy, should be done with a lot of affection and love. A baby who was dealt with love and affection will get a subconscious feeling that he or she is worthy and important enough to be loved. Number two is compliment your child. Give your child compliments as often as possible. Whenever they do something right, say, "I am so proud of you. You are so special. I like the way you have done that." Number three is to make your compliments credible. It is important, however, that the compliments be credible. Exaggerated compliments like, "You are the best in the world," "You are the nicest person I've ever lived," can actually be counterproductive. The child will develop an inflated ego, and that can affect their relationship with friends, school, relatives, which in the long run will have a negative effect on his or her self-esteem. Number 4, set goals for your child. The goal should be something attainable. Don't set goals that are not attainable. To get dressed by themselves, to get certain mark in the next test. Those are attainable goals. Set goals that are suited for the child's age, capability. Setting a goal which is unattainable will have a negative impact. As the child works towards any goal, coach her along and compliment her success or his in each step along the way. Once the child reaches the goal, compliment his or her achievement and reinforce that self-image as an achiever. Number 5, criticize the action, not that person. When the child does something negative, say to the child, "You are such a good and special child, but you should be engaging in, you should not be engaging in such activities." Instead of saying, "You're a bad child." Number 6, validate your child's feelings. When your child suffers a blow to self-esteem, it's important to validate his or her feelings. For example, if the child gets offended by a hurtful comment made by a friend or a teacher, say to the child, "Yes, you were offended by that person, what they said," or "You were offended by the fact that the other person doesn't like you." Only after that child feels that his feelings have been validated will he or she be open to bolstering his self-esteem by pointing out that people do not like him or her and the positive things that they have been saying to either him or her. Number 7 is be proud of your child. On a regular basis, we must remember to tell the child how fortunate and how proud we are to have to be their parents. Number 8 is talk positively about your child in a presence of important people in their lives, such as grandparents, teachers, friends, well, you get it, etc. Number 9, never compare your child to others, saying, "Why aren't you like Johnny down the street?" When such comparisons are made by others, reassure your child that he or she is special and unique in their own little way. Number 10, make sure that the others dealing with your child know your child's strengths and weaknesses. At the beginning of the school year, speak with your child's teachers and tell them what your child's special strengths are and mention the weaknesses and about the areas in which he or she should excel, so that the teacher will have a positive outlook towards them and will continue to build on those strengths and avoid the weaknesses as much as possible. Number 11, tell the child on a regular basis that you will love them unconditionally when they fail or do the wrong thing. Remember to say this to them: "You are special to me. I will always love you, no matter what." Number I do want to mention, I want you to, if you can, Google 5 ways to get more intimacy in your relationship. It's a great article for the people watching me, the adults. Google that. Number 12. I'm going to sneeze, folks. Thank you. Number 12. Tend to your own self-esteem. You need to see yourself in a positive light. Parents who lack self-esteem will have difficulties bringing up a child with high self-esteem. A good positive parent is a parent who knows that he or she is not perfect but values themselves while always trying to grow and improve. What we do in front of our children, not only how we talk to them and how we praise them, but it's what we do is how we mold them. Teach your children love, compassion, respect, which we're lacking in this country. Don't teach them rudeness, hate, violence. There's enough of that on the outside here, called world. Within your own home, concentrate on molding your child. I always tell you folks this, that from the age of 0 to 18, every year represents one chapter in your child's life. So you are totally, exclusively responsible for the first 18 chapters of your child's life. Start writing the chapters with compassion, respect, love. Avoid hate, violence, disrespect. What you do in front of your child will think it's okay to do. So if you smoke in front of your children, they will do in turn. Drink, do drugs, they will do in turn. Verbally abuse your spouse, they will do in turn. Physically abuse anyone, they will do in turn. Don't let your child or children end up on Jerry Springer or Bill Cunningham or Steve Wilkos, blaming the parents for their actions as they are and as adults. Do the best you can. They have a monkey see, monkey do attitude. What you do is what they see and will do. Let today be the first day of you remolding yourself to help mold your children. Build up your children's self-esteem. Tell them you love them. Tell them they're doing great. Tell them it's okay to fail. Just pick yourselves up. And let today be the first day of your new life. Sometimes in life, we as humans, parents, grandparents, can't figure it all out on ourselves. And this is why the Almighty God is here for us. All you need to do is to reach out to Him and say, God, I need guidance and direction. Carrie Underwood said it best with a song called Jesus Take the Wheel. Let God take the wheel of your life. Utilize my knee mail. Retrieve your slippers in the morning before you put them on while you're on your knees. Thank God for everything. And ask God for mercy and forgiveness. And enjoy that God allowed you to wake up again, the beautiful scenery behind me. Because for someone in the world, they didn't wake up. And don't forget, if you have addictions with substance abuse or alcohol, don't be like the person I read in the beginning that waited until it was too late. Reach out to people like myself at 844-405-HELP, because I know what it's like to be an alcoholic, and I can help you take your life back.